Well, hey everybody, I hope you are having a phenomenal week here. Sorry I've been a little bit quiet this week. Of course, Monday was a holiday. Tuesday we went ahead and had the big training for all of our ITP student family. And Wednesday and Thursday there, for those of you who didn't hear, the Midwest up here, Wisconsin area and that too, got hit with a real bad ice storm. And there was power outages. Kids were home from school. People were working remotely from our regional offices here, or working from home instead of being at the offices. So a lot of fun and excitement the last couple of days. So apologize about that, but we are here today. So as we look at Friday's close, the market is literally closing as I'm speaking to you right now. So you'll see kind of last minute bebopping around in the futures. It will be for a few minutes still. So a couple of things I want to hit. We'll talk about the intraday trading stuff in just a few moments. It's great because the training I did give you last week basically just happened into today again, so as it did several times this week. So great stuff. But before I do, I keep forgetting, I wanted to remind you something I've shared with you multiple times in the last several months and really over the last year. I've talked to you about marine shipping, which we're looking at on the screen right now. I've talked to you about trucking and air transportation and that. So what's happening here is these have been some of the most interesting movers. Supply chain, everybody's focused on the supply chain, and that's opened up a lot of different opportunities here, as you can see. And so just taking a look here for a moment with GNK. So here's GNK, okay, and yes, it's pulling back a little bit here on Friday, but it's had a real nice run up in the meantime as we look at things like ASC here. So if we look at ASC, all right, it's had a recent run up, not terribly impressive looking until you realize and you go back and look at the algorithmic scores on our wealth chart sector scanner. You'll take a look here and see the weekly chart is absolutely phenomenal. The monthly chart has been off the charts. Nothing like it out there. A great way to find exciting opportunities with our algorithmically based sector scanner, unlike anything out there. So now, if I repaint the picture a little bit differently here, you'll suddenly see a whole different picture with a lot of different opportunities and continuations and huge moves here, as you can see, since late last year into right now. Very significant percentage opportunities there. So it's real important. Keep an eye on those sector scanners. Scan your daily, weekly, monthly algorithm scores, find the hottest ideas there, and then from there, let's take a look at the SPY here for a moment. So we, of course, talked weeks and weeks ago. We talked about these resistance levels above. We talked about these distribution bars, and so this whole area right in here is still very much at play. Again, I can't emphasize how important this resistance was going back in time. It was key support, and then it broke through, became resistance here, and so now here we still have that as resistance. So with that being said, this opens up a kind of an equal opportunity kind of scenario where I can look for longs and shorts, especially like where we're at right now in the weekly chart. We're below kind of the midpoint of this key channel right here, but we're caught right at some daily rising support. So as we take a look at this on an intraday basis, this market, this is what this did all morning in the European session. In fact, let me pull this up. This is why I say there's so many great opportunities. For those of you that have full-time careers, go to your careers, do great work there. But there's also these wonderful opportunities in pre-hours before you ever have to leave for your other work. And so if you take a look at this, what happened here was this market had this really nice, steady, consistent selling, all sorts of wonderful signals firing off here to the downside. And then, of course, we had the big economic data, which came out, and then it had continuation downside. Well, where does that sound familiar? Well, how about, in the training I did for you last week, we actually talked about this exact same thing a week ago, Thursday the 16th, right? And so this market went ahead and had this nice push down. We talked about where, different types of traders could be focusing their efforts. So it's basically, if you look at that, that pattern is so similar that it had the news and then it went ahead and went back to the sell side. Okay, and so then from there, we turned around here. We had the market coming down here, but we were making higher lows. And so what this led to here, like into the afternoon, was some buy side opportunities, right? we've seen that a lot, these kind of V's where the market will go down in the morning, come up in the afternoon, go up in the morning, down in the afternoon, and that's what I was highlighting. In fact, if you recall from that slide that I just showed you a moment ago, let's put that back up. The very next slide was that same day where the market turned right around and went to the upside. Isn't it interesting? Exactly the training I gave you last week is exactly what just ended up happening here again. So, phenomenal opportunities. And so that's what happened here into today's session, opening up a lot of opportunities for trading even into the afternoon session. If you're really busy in the morning, busy with life, busy with work, between the European session and the US session, lots of opportunities to go around. So I wanted to make sure that you saw all this, put it all together, keep in mind how to find some of the most interesting sectors and individual stocks within those sectors, like with the algorithmically based wealth charts wealth scanner, the training that we put on for all of you last week, how the same things I used as examples from last week's trading in that then went ahead and it happened again all over again today. So there's a lot of great opportunities in these markets right now, and we'll keep you up. Hopefully next week we'll be able to do more videos for you throughout the week. No more ice storms and wonderful things like that. So you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Can't wait to see you in upcoming videos, and thanks for being the world's greatest students. Take care, everyone. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.